I said that if I made a follow-up video of camp stories, I would tell the story about how my counselor tackled a pig. Now, I am a man of my word, and I will be telling that story in this video. But not just yet. I need the watch time. So, can we all agree that bugs are just the worst? I mean, I get that they're super important to the ecosystem and whatnot, but they could not be more annoying. Like mosquitoes. I get that they need blood. I mean, hey, everyone's gotta eat. But why in the world do they need to leave itchy bumps all over my arms and legs? What purpose does that serve? I'll answer that for you. Literally no reason. In case you can't tell, I really hate mosquitoes. At camp, there was a light just outside our bunk door, so at night, literally hundreds of mosquitoes and gnats and moths would swarm all around the light. And whenever we would open the door, every single one of them would fly into the bunk. Then, when I was trying to get to sleep, there would be bugs buzzing all around my head. To solve the bug problem, I had a brilliant idea. Whenever someone opened the door, I would just spray bug spray at the door to scare off the bugs. I saw this as a foolproof plan. So, the next time that someone opened the door, I shot a jet of bug spray at them. And sprayed my counselor in the eyes. It was really awful. He had to wash his eyes out in the sink and go to the infirmary. He was a chill guy, so he wasn't mad, but I felt really bad about the whole thing. I wish I could say I was really young or something like that, but I was 12. I really should have known better. I blame the mosquitoes. But as much as I hate mosquitoes, there is one thing that is 100 times worse, and that is spiders. I'm just gonna say, if you have arachnophobia, which is a fear of spiders, maybe just skip this section. I'll give you a second. Alright, so spiders. Again, really important to the ecosystem. They actually kill mosquitoes, which I really appreciate. But why do they have to look so creepy? Look at this. What is this? Why does this exist? There is nothing good about a huntsman spider. During the 4th of July celebration at my camp, I was sitting on the ground waiting for the fireworks to start when I felt an itch on my knee. I was about to scratch it when I looked down and saw a big brown spider sitting right there on my leg. Now, I'm gonna try not to be too overdramatic with this story, but basically, this was a matter of life and death. It was either I killed this spider or it killed me. I had to be quick or the spider would bite. If I gave even the slightest indication that I was about to make my move, game over. This would be a battle for the ages. I carefully planned my next move, knowing my life would depend on it. I lined up my arm, readied my hand to strike, and took my shot. Well, that was easier than I expected. I know it took a little while, but it's finally time. Here is the story of how my counselor tackled a pig. Sorry in advance, I can't draw animals for my life. First of all, here's a brilliantly drawn overhead map. Feel free to screenshot it or memorize it or something. It would probably be useful to know where everything is for this story. So at my camp, we have something called Giant Swing, which basically is where they have 2 cables hung up from 2 trees, and they meet in the middle, and then you put on a harness, clip onto the ropes, and then they use a pulley to hoist you up. When they let you go, you swing back and forth between the trees, and I promise it's a lot more fun than it sounds. Anyways, this one time, I was at Giant Swing, and I was all clipped in and set to get lifted up when I looked over and saw something small run through the trees nearby, followed not so closely behind by one of the counselors working at Animal Center. It turns out that someone left the pen open and Wilbur the pig took the opportunity to make a run for it. And yes, his name really was Wilbur. Anyway, they chased Wilbur through the trees for a little while before he ran out onto the wide open lacrosse field, where my counselor was on his way back to the bunk from his job at High Ropes. This town ain't big enough for the 2 of us. I am so sorry for what I'm sure was horrendous voice acting. But hey, you can't call me out on it if I already called myself out on it. So, life hacks. At least that's how I imagine it. I couldn't really tell, seeing as I was kind of stuck in a tree. What I did see was when my counselor tackled the pig to the ground before picking it up and handing it off to the animal center worker. And for whatever it's worth, the pig was fine. Probably a little shaken up, but I'm sure it was only slightly traumatized. Well, there you go. That's the story of how my camp counselor tackled a pig. It wasn't too underwhelming, was it?